My name's Command Sergeant Major Ray Chandler. I'm the Commandant for the United States Army Sergeant Majors Academy. I know that you're pressed for time, so I'll go through the briefing as quickly as I need to, and I will leave as much time as possible at the end of the session for whatever questions you may have. Here is our mission. You can't have a briefing without a mission statement, but the mission of the United States Army Sergeants Major Academy is to educate soldiers and non-commissioned officers through professional military education opportunities. We do this in order to meet the challenges of full spectrum operations in an era of persistent conflict. Our vision, however, is pretty lengthy, but we want to become a professionally recognized institution throughout the civilian academic environment. We're pretty well known in the military environment, especially within the United States Army and our sister services in some of your countries. But we want to expand the education opportunities for our non-commissioned officers, and in order to do that, we have to do a better job of how we develop our faculty and how we become an institution of excellence academically. The non-commissioned officer in the United States Army, I'm sure you're well aware of, is relatively unique in the world. There has been a lot more responsibility placed on the NCO Corps since 9/11. The role of non-commissioned officers has expanded in roughly the same capacity as officers' roles have expanded. This is the vision for NCOs. It's pretty wordy. But at the end of the day, we want an adaptive leader for our Army, somebody who can adapt to evolving situations in an ambiguous environment, being able to understand the intent that his commander wants to achieve and affect that on the battlefield. Okay, here's our education system. We have a 4-tier system. This basic model has not changed since about 1975. The content has changed, the length of the courses has changed, but the 4 tiers of the education system has not changed. And we'll go into detail a little bit about this over time. What I want you to note is we have a self-development program that covers the entire spectrum of a soldier's career. From the time they enter in basic training until after they graduate from this course, soldiers will be continuously immersed in some type of education, whether it's in the unit, at an institution like this, or through self-development across the entire continuum of their career. Here is our education model. Very busy chart, difficult to read sometimes, but to get it all on one page, this is about as good as we're going to get. We have 3 levels of education. The institutional domain, a facility like this, the operational domain, training in the unit, and the self-development domain, which is what a person does on their own. And we expect that soldiers will educate themselves on their own. It is a requirement, and will become a standardized requirement across the Army in October. Okay, talked about 4 tiers of education. The first one is the Warrior Leader course. This is the foundation for NCO education in our Army. It's currently 15 days long. It's taught at over 30 academies around the world. It's a standardized curriculum that's developed here at the Sergeants Major Academy, tested here at Fort Bliss, at the Fort Bliss NCO Academy across the street, and then we deliver that education around the world to over 30 different academies. It's focused on 3 areas: leadership and management, training, and warfighting. And those are basically foundational to all of our education throughout the non-commissioned officer education system. Okay, the Advanced Leader course. This is the next tier. And in our Army, we have 2, at this level, we have a Common Core or leader-centric course, and then the follow-on course, which is technical in nature. So I'm an armor guy by background, and if I was going to this school, I'd take this course first, I'd get my leadership and foundational background, and then I'd be scheduled for my tanker or armor-specific training within a relatively short time, maybe 2 to 3 months afterwards. Okay, the Sergeant's Major course. It's the pinnacle of our non-commissioned officer education system. It's only taught at one place, and that's here at Fort Bliss. We teach that by either distance learning, which is 2 years for completion, or through resident training, which is done here at this institution. Right now, this is a 9-month-long course, and with the class that starts on August 11th, Ron? August 12th. That'll transition to a 10-month-long course. We need the extra 30 days for a couple of different reasons. The biggest one is we've got some more teaching we've got to do. You'll notice that we use the Socratic method and the adult experiential learning model of instruction. This is a lot of self-paced, self-study, a lot of reading, very similar to the Commandant General Staff College. As a matter of fact, we have taken what is taught at the Commanding General Staff College and instituted it here at the Sergeant Major's course with changes that direct it towards the Sergeant Major or non-commissioned officer role here. We've got some exchange instructors. We've got agreements with 6 different nations that they provide us with an instructor from their country, and we provide an instructor to their country. Okay, a huge component of what we do is our International Military Student Office or International Studies. We have a lot of different students from a lot of different countries here. As you can see right now, we've got 41 students from 36 countries. And here's the countries that are represented with this class. We will have 47 students right now, I believe, next year. As you can see, we've graduated 526 soldiers from 63 countries since we started our first international student program in 1976.